Hey y'all, it's me, the nosy goddess, honey, and we're getting into the business of Tupac Shakur, the late and great Tupac Shakur. You know, he was a beloved artist in his time and still today, years later, and unfortunately was unalived in Las Vegas back in 1996. He and Suge Knight were on their way to a club after the Mike Tyson fight. And unfortunately, this is how it ended up, with bullet holes piercing through the car and hitting Tupac in places that he couldn't survive. And this man is currently on trial because he admitted to being one of the passengers of the car accused in the drive-by of that horrible event. And there were 4 people in the car. He's the only surviving person. He has written a book. He has gone on interviews. He claimed to have been the one to pass the weapon to his nephew, who eventually was the shooter who took out Tupac. But today he stands trial because he pretty much admitted he was a part of the crime. Now, a part of this admission was in a proffer agreement with LAPD detectives years ago. And I guess he got comfortable thinking he was protected by that proffer agreement. But the thing is that it's not LAPD who has him under trial. It is Las Vegas police. And there's a whole back and forth about this proffer agreement and how it was supposed to have protected him. So I'm going to now talk about the fact that this guy has filed a brand new motion for dismissal in this trial. And let's just go on and get into that. So this is coming from ABC News, and this article is from January 6th on Monday, 2025. Tupac murder suspect Keefe D asked for charges to be dismissed in new filing. The suspect has previously confessed to his role in Shakur's 1996 homicide. It took nearly 3 years after the fact to arrest the only man ever charged with the murder of famed rapper Tupac Shakur, and that alleged killer's lawyer now says that the delay is exactly one of the reasons those charges should be dismissed. Now, this is a picture of Keefe D with Diddy and Tupac back in the day. And Diddy's name has been brought into this situation as well. He was actually mentioned in some of the motions because Keefe D once claimed that Diddy offered $1 million for Tupac's and Suge's killings, and claims that a middle person ended up taking that $1 million that Diddy paid and did something else with it, which was, I believe, opened a club. Zip Martin, who is now no longer living either. So he is actually connected in some ways to this upcoming trial. But back to the article. In a motion filed Monday in Las Vegas, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis said his constitutional rights have been violated through an unjustified lengthy lag time, making for dimming of memories, the death or disappearance of witnesses, and destruction of material physical evidence. And this is in quotes from the filing. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, as far back as 2009, was in possession of the same set of facts that the Clark County District Attorney is now alleging makes Mr. Davis responsible for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Davis's attorney, Carl Arnold, said in a filing claiming Clark County's District Attorney's Office has offered no reason as to why it waited another 14 years to prosecute a case against his client, and that Davis's case had been irreversibly compromised, his rights violated in an extraordinary manner never before witnessed in the annals of the American criminal justice system. Arnold argued prosecutors have no corroborating aside from Davis's confessions that the evidence comes solely from Mr. Davis's statements, and without independent sets of facts, the indictment against him must be dismissed. Too many witnesses have died, and the unavailability of evidence has occurred during the prosecution's delay of this matter. Arnold said, itemizing the names of those allegedly on the scene of Shakur's 1996 drive-by shooting near the Vegas Strip, from Suge Knight driving the BMW with Shakur, to the three men allegedly in the Cadillac with Davis, to Sean Diddy Combs, whom Davis has claimed solicited a $1 million hit on Knight and Shakur, as ABC News has reported. But because all these men are either dead or incarcerated, Arnold said they are unfortunately unavailable. To cap it off, Arnold argued an immunity agreement initially promised to Davis by cops who first enticed him to start telling his story is not being honored. Combs has long vehemently denied any role in Shakur's shooting. As ABC News reported last year, Davis confessed to his role in the Shakur homicide in 2008 to detectives on a joint federal Los Angeles task force. According to police at the time, Davis made his admissions as part of what's known as a proffer agreement, so what he told investigators could not be used against him in court. Then in 2009, Davis sat down with Las Vegas detectives to tell his version of events again, and again confirmed his shot caller role in Shakur's killing. Arnold now argues the original proffer should still hold now. In quotes, it says the state of Nevada was in possession in 2009 of the facts that led to Davis's arrest in 2023, specifically his alleged statement that he was in the white Cadillac and handed the gun to the backseat passengers, which was utilized to shoot Tupac Shakur. Arnold said, and prosecutors must now honor the initial proffer agreement of 2008 and the LVMPD's compromise not to prosecute Mr. Davis. The LVMPD's promise not to prosecute Mr. Davis. Davis's attorney argues prosecutors are refusing to honor the agreements provided to Mr. Davis by the federal government and by LVMPD. But LVMPD, which is Las Vegas Police Department, had no role in the Joint Task Force agreement, and Vegas detectives did not promise never to prosecute Davis, according to interview recordings and transcripts previously reviewed by ABC, only that they were not there to arrest Davis at the time of that confession, which was not a proffer, but rather a voluntary statement. Prosecutors have said, and in fact, at the time, Davis acknowledged that no authorities from Las Vegas had promised him anything, period. There was concern among Vegas authorities then in 2009 that Davis would argue in court that both sets of alleged confessions were inadmissible because the proffer gave him immunity, even though Las Vegas police had no role in making the agreement, officials have told ABC. And if a judge were to side with Davis, they figured that would likely have doomed any prosecution. But in the preceding years, that became a non-issue because Davis would ultimately go on to repeatedly recount his confessional role in the killing, not only to police, but in the media, including in a 2018 docuseries and on the pages of the memoir he would publish in 2019. Davis's own public words reinvigorated the investigation. The lead of Vegas's Homicide Bureau, Lieutenant Jason Johannesson, told ABC last year, and would be a key in the case against him and would ultimately land him in the Las Vegas jail, where he now has been held since his September 2023 arrest. A hearing has been scheduled to argue over Davis's motion to dismiss on January 21st. His trial is set for March 17th. So there you have it. His lawyer is doing what lawyers do, trying to fight for his client's freedom. However, his client is the one who basically admitted his part in the murder of Tupac. So I don't know how far that's going to get him with a jury. Now, as far as the judge goes on this dismissal, I personally don't think the judge is going to go for this. Las Vegas police had nothing to do with that proffer agreement. They said that he made a voluntary confession in their opinion, but they never promised a thing. So with that said, that's all I got for now. We'll be back with any updates. And of course, that hearing on January 21st will definitely be covered. So that's all for now. And until next time, bye.